2 Peter chapter 2. Yet there also occurred false prophets among the people, just as there will also be false teachers among you, who will smuggle in destructive sects or denominations, even disowning the owner who bought them, bringing quick destruction in the coming fire of the second death upon themselves. Now many will follow their carousing in the dark, and because of them the way, the true one, will be slandered. And in their greed they will exploit you with their fabricated stories. Their judgment from long ago isn't idle. Their destruction in the coming fire of the second death isn't nodding off. For if Almighty didn't spare the messengers who had done things that are wrong, Genesis 6, verses 1 through 4, 1 Peter 3, verses 19 through 20, and Jude, verse 6, but delivered them to the gloomy caverns of Tartarus, the dungeons for demons, Luke 8, verse 31, 1 Peter 3, verse 19, and Jude, verse 6, and Revelation 20, verses 1 through 3, to be kept for judgment at the beginning of the last age. And if he didn't spare the ancient world, the one of the first age, but guarded Noah, a proclaimer of things that are right and just, as one of 8, when he brought a flood upon the world of the undevoted people. And he condemned the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah to be overthrown by reducing them to cinders, having already placed them as an example for those who are undevoted of what is going to come to them. And if he rescued the just person Lot, who felt miserable because of the immoral behavior of the people in their carousing in the dark, for their lawless acts that this just person observed and heard day after day, while he made his home among them, kept torturing his just sentient being. Then the Master is aware of how to rescue those who are very devoted out of testing, and to keep those who are unjust for punishment on Judgment Day, that is, destruction by the fire of the second death, and especially to those who are going after the flesh with their defiling desire and despise having a master. They are daring and given to self-pleasure. They even slander the esteemed ones, or Almighty's messengers, without trembling, whereas the messengers, who are greater in strength and power, aren't bringing a slandering judgment against them before the Master. Yet these people, like irrational animals that have been born naturally to be captured and made subject to decay or destruction, who are slandering things about which they are ignorant, will also definitely be made subject to decay or destruction, as they are injuring themselves with the wages of injustice. They think that it is a pleasure to live in luxury during the day, instead of working. They are spots and flaws that are continually living luxuriously at your love feasts. Note, love feasts are group suppers that also include the Master's Supper, teaching, singing, and praying, while they feast together with you. They continually have the bulging eyes of a wife who has extramarital sexual intercourse, and that never stop doing things that are wrong. They are continually luring unstable sentient beings. They have hearts that have been trained by greed. They are children under a curse, continually leaving the straight path. They have been led astray, since they have followed the path of Balaam, Beor's son, a prophet who went off on a path to prophesy for pay. Numbers 22, verses 5 through 32, and to lead the people to mix paganism with true worship. Numbers 25, verses 1 through 9, and chapter 31, verse 16, who loved the wages of injustice, yet was exposed for his own violation. For a voiceless beast of burden, a donkey, uttered words to him with a human voice, and prevented the insanity of the prophet. These people are waterless springs, and mists driven by a storm, for whom the gloom of darkness has been kept, where their light or life will be extinguished or destroyed. For while they are uttering pompous, meaningless things, with desires of the flesh and carousing in the dark, they are continually luring people who have scarcely begun trying to run away from those who are behaving under the influence of deception. While they are promising them freedom, they themselves are slaves of decay or destruction. For a person is a slave to whatever has defeated him. For if, after they have run away from the defilements of the world, through a full knowledge of our Master and Savior Jesus, the Anointed One, they again become entangled in them and are defeated by them, then their last state has become worse than the first. For it would have been better for them not to have fully known that the way is right and just, than after having fully known about it, to turn away from the pure direction that was delivered over to them. It has happened to them according to the true allegory. A dog turns back to its own vomit. Proverbs 26, verse 11. And a sow that is bathed goes back to rolling around in the muck.